Hi friends, today we'll discuss about what is negative return on term deposits. So sometimes we'll get 5%, sometimes 6%, sometimes we'll get 7%. Whether we don't know whether we are getting a positive return on term deposits or whether we are getting a negative return on term deposit. Today we'll discuss what is negative return on term deposits. Interest rate at the historic low levels. So nowadays if you compare, bank deposit interest rates are historically low. If you see the inflation expected around 5%, so inflation is more and your interest rate are historic low levels. So during these conditions, whether we are getting a positive return on deposits or negative return. I have taken example. Retail inflation I taken from the newspaper, it was 5.03%. 1 year interest rate was 5%. When I taken from 2-3 banks, it was 5%. So for example, if a customer is a tax payee, so if he is in 30% slab, so 1 year interest rate was 5%. If you remove 30%, then you will get only 3.5% only, because these interest should be shown as income. Then 30% slab, they will deduct the 30%. So finally, what is your return? 3.5%. When tax is deducted from the interest income, return on fixed deposit may fall below the rate of inflation. Sometimes what happens, if you remove the tax, so your deposit return may go below the rate of inflation. So I have taken one sample. These are not 100% pakka figures, are taken from newspaper only or some bank website only. So right now, on a particular day, your retail inflation was 5.03%. So I taken fixed deposit interest rate from the public sector bank. So 7 to 14 days, 46 to 179 days, different slabs I taken the interest rate. So I have taken for the normal public and senior citizens. So you can see in table. So for the first slab it was 2.9%, 3.4%. So different slabs we have different interest rate. So RRR, real rate on return. So your inflation was 5.03%, but if you are getting 2.9%, so minus 2.13% negative rate of return, negative return. So if you take 179 days also negative, 180 days negative, and 1 year also negative. So from 2 years you are getting positive return on your deposits up to 10 years. If you take the senior citizen up to 1 year, they are getting the negative return. After that, they are getting positive return. If the customer is a tax payee and is in 30% slab, if you see same, I deducted 30%. I have shown the rate of interest for the normal public and senior citizens. So everybody is getting negative return on fixed deposits, because inflation is 5.03%. So after tax you are getting only 2% for the first slab. So general public 3% negative return, 2.30. If you are going for 5 to 10 years, it is 1.25 negative return. Same thing, if you are senior citizen, it is little better than that one. If you see the 5 to 10 years, it was 0.69% negative return. Otherwise, if you are a 30% slab, if the customer is in 30% slab, it may be 7 days or 10 years, you will get a negative interest rate return. So real rate of return now we are discussed. Unless the rate of inflation falls below the FD rates, we cannot see positive real rate of return on fixed deposit. One is like you have to get the positive real return deposits. One thing, inflation should come down or your deposit interest rate should be increased. Then only you will come to the positive real rate of return on fixed deposit. Otherwise, you are getting negative real rate of return. Thank you friends. If you like my video, please subscribe and share with your friends also.